Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, afternoon, evening, Padai and friends. Let me introduce myself. My name is Pramdes Rizky from Methode Numeric number 2. Today, I'm excited to share with you insights on circular economy engineering. Okay, in this slide is the concept of the E5. And the concept is number one is conscious, number two intention, number three initial thinking, and idealization and instruction, which is used to be the circular economy engineering. Okay, let me introduction to circular economy engineering. Economy engineering is focuses on designing systems and products and that align with circular economy principles. The key goals is to minimize waste and maximize resource efficiency by managing product life cycles in sustainable manner. Okay, this is the principle of the circular economy. The core principle is design for sustainability, which is create products that are durable and easily recyclable. And number two is reuse and recycling, which is maximize the reuse of materials and products. Reuse-based economy uh, promote business models that are based on repeated use. And number four is waste reduction to minimize waste throughout the product life cycle, and use of renewable energy to prioritize renewable energy sources in production process. Okay, in this slide is I'm to explain the role of numerical methods in circular economy engineering. Okay, numerical methods are crucial for supporting and optimizing circular economy practices. They enable us to model, analyze, and simulate various aspects of circular systems, leading to better decision making. This slide is environmental impact assessment. Using numerical method for LCA or life cycle analysis is calculating and comparing the environmental impacts of different products and processes. This helps in choosing designs and materials that are more environmentally friendly. And this slide is product and material design optimizing products and materials. We use the finite element analysis or VA used to model and optimize product structure and durability and material efficiency. Material behavior simulation predicts how material will behave under various conditions and their recyclability. Okay, in this slide is the economic and financial modeling. Economic analysis is numerical methods are used to analyze the costs and benefits of implementing a circular economy, including sensitivity analysis to understand how change in material or energy prices affect economic feasibility, and modeling of business models. The Metnum help in designing and testing various circular business models such as leasing, pay-per-use, and product-based service to ensure they are financially and operationally sustainable, and end of life management of products. This is the recycling and reuse simulation, which is numerical methods are used to model the recycling and reuse process of materials and components, helping to design more efficient processes and identify critical points where intervention is necessary. Forecasting waste generation, numerical algorithm helps in predicting the amount and type of waste that will be generated in the future, enabling better planning for waste management and recycling infrastructure. Okay, this is the study cases in circular economy engineering that we associate with the A5, which is the conscious thinking focused on applying circular economy principle with full awareness of social, environmental, and economic impacts. So the study cases is Unilever. Unilever is one of the global companies that actively applies circular economy principle in its operation. This approach aims to minimize waste, optimize resource use, and create more environmentally friendly products. Okay, this is the I5 concept of Unilever. The Unilever companies is number one is intention. Unilever has a clear intention to move to circular economy model to reduce the environmental footprint of their operation, increase the efficiency of resource use, meet consumer demands for more sustainable products, and support global targets to reduce plastic waste and increase recycling. And then we have the initial thinking, which is the material analysis to assess the material used in products and packaging to identify substitution or opportunities with recycle or renewable material. Product design that minimize waste and allow reuse of recycling of components, collaboration with various stakeholders including government, non-profit organization, and other industry to create effective recycling systems, as well as investment in new technologies that can support more efficiency recycling and waste processing. And then number two, we have idealization. Universe set ideal goals, such as eliminating single-use plastic from their products using 100% recyclable, or biodegradable plastic by 2025. Creating a closed system where all packaging materials can be returned and reused, and developing product with longer life cycle and minimal environmental impact. Okay, number four, we have the instruction. The instruction phase involves actually implementing plans and strategic through various initiatives and programs such as replacing plastic packaging with the friendly alternative such bioplastic or recycled material, launching program to collect used packaging from consumer, and ensuring the material is recycled or reused. Okay, and then we have the challenges and obstacles in to we have and number one is complex models and data, which is managing the complexities of data and models, interdisciplinary nature, integrating knowledge across various fields, and uncertainty and variability, dealing with uncertain and variable factors, and much more. Regulation and standards, navigating through different regulation and standards, adoption and implementation, encouraging widespread adoption and effective implementation. So this is the conclusion of the presentation that I have is the integration of circular economy engineering with numerical method offers a holistic and scientific approach to creating systems that are more efficient, sustainable, and environmentally friendly. While there are significant challenges in implementation, the potential benefits to be gained are enormous. By continuing to develop technology, increase cross disciplinary collaboration, and overcome existing barriers, we can accelerate the transition to a more sustainable and equitable circular economy for all. So that's all I have for the presentation. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.